Hey guys, so here's the notes for day 5. We're going to talk about expanding and condensing logs. Okay, so let's talk about the properties here. So we have the product property, meaning that we have log base b of m times n. How we basically expand is that we will keep that log base b, and then we'll have it of m, and then plus log base b of n. And of course, we can do that vice versa, meaning that we can basically go from our expanded version and then condense it. Okay, the quotient property. So log base b of m divided by n is the same as saying log base b of m minus log base b of n. So here's our expanding, and then when it's m divided by n, that's when we condense. Then lastly, our power property. We have log base b of m to the n, so n is our exponent. If we are expanding, the n actually goes in front, or the exponent goes in front of our log base b. If, of course, we are condensing, then that n becomes the exponent, okay? So make sure you have these properties of logs written down on your notes. Okay, let's go ahead. We're going to do a few examples. We're going to evaluate these without using a calculator. So they tell us that log base 4 of 3 is approximately 0.792, and log base 4 of 7 is approximately 1.4042, okay? So basically, we'll use those to approximate our values. Now, you could probably, I know it says don't evaluate or evaluate without using a calculator, but we are going to be dealing with decimals. So if you do need to use a calculator, that is okay. Now, the idea here is that we are going to be using our properties, our log properties, to expand here, okay? So let's look at log base 4 of 3 divided by 7. This is our quotient property. So if we wanted to expand, we could say log base 4 of 3. Remember, we're going to subtract minus log base 4 of 7, okay? Now, they do tell us our approximation, so we're going to replace log base 4 of 3 with 0.792, subtracted, and they also told us the log base 4 of 7, that's approximately 1.404. Now, we just plug our decimal into our calculator, and I'm saying it is okay to use a calculator here, and we should get about negative 0.612. Okay, let's look at our next one. We have log base 4 of 21. Now, we really don't have any numbers that have 21, and it gives us the approximation. So let's kind of manipulate this, thinking about how can we use the numbers 3 and 7 to get 21? Well, we know 7 times 3 gives us 21. So I'm going to rewrite this as log base 4 of 7 times 3. Now, this is our product property, so that means when we expand, we're going to add. So we're going to have log base 4 of 7 plus log base 4 of 3. So our log base 4 of 7 is going to be 1.404, and we're going to add that to our 0.792. And once again, it is okay if you want to use your calculator here. So when we do, we should get about 2.192 as our final answer. Okay, let's look at the last one, log base 4 of 49. Now, there's actually 2 different ways we can do this, okay? Well, if we think about 49, well, 7 can go into 49, right? Well, if we think about log base 4, if we do 7 squared, that's another way of saying 49, right? Or maybe some of you thought, well, 7 times 7. Both ways work. Now, I want to kind of show you all the different properties because this is our power. So I'm going to go ahead and stick with the 7 squared. But if you did 7 times 7, you will get the same answer here, okay? Now, expanding this using our power property, I'm going to bring the 2 in front of the log. So I have 2 times log base 4 of 7. So basically, this is saying 2 times, I'm not going to do parentheses. You can do the multiplication sign if you want to, 1.404. Now, if you did 7 times 7, that means you should do 1.404 plus 1.404. So when we do that, we should get 2.808. Okay? And I just realized on my last one, I did not plug this into my calculator correctly, so I'm going to redo this. Plus 0.792. There we go. The only thing that changes is they should be a 6 instead of 2. There we go. So make sure you make that correction there. Okay, so 2.808 If you did the product property or the power, you will get the same answer. Okay, make sure you guys watch the next video. We're going to continue to expand and condense logarithm.